Today, we're decoding something intriguing. French President Emmanuel Macron just visited China, but this wasn't your typical diplomatic handshake and smile trip. This was high-stakes poker, with billions of dollars on the table, and the future of global trade hanging in the balance. Picture this. Europe's elegant leader lands in Beijing. He's brought France's biggest CEOs with him. Airbus, BNP Paribas, Schneider Electric, the whole gang. They're hoping for deals, but there's tension in the air. Because Macron isn't just there to make friends. He's there to deliver some hard truths. So what happened? Did China blink? Did France get what it wanted? And why should India care about any of this? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. First, let's understand the problem. Europe has a massive headache, and that headache has a name: trade deficit. Here's what's happening. Europe buys way more from China than China buys from Europe. Since 2019, this gap has grown by nearly 60%. For France alone, it's even worse. They're buying $45 billion worth of Chinese goods every year, but China only buying $35 billion from them. Their nuclear technology has overtaken France's. Macron himself admitted it. Europe used to sell technology to China. Now, Europe needs to buy technology from China. Batteries, electric vehicles, solar power. It's a complete reversal. And it stings. Macron and Xi had what they call friendly and candid talks. They signed 12 cooperation agreements: nuclear energy, education, population aging, and yes, even panda conservation. China is lending France 2 more giant pandas from 2027 because nothing says let's fix trade imbalances like adorable bears. But here's where it gets interesting. Behind the smiles, Macron delivered a warning, and according to him, it wasn't subtle. In an interview after the trip, Macron revealed what he really said, and I quote, "I told the Chinese their trade surplus is unsustainable. They're killing their own customers. If they don't react, we Europeans will impose tariffs, just like America is doing." Boom, cards on the table. Now this is fascinating because Macron is essentially saying, look, we don't want a trade war, but you're leaving us no choice. You're selling too much and buying too little. Fix it, or we'll fix it for you. Macron also pointed out something clever. Europe is caught in the middle. On the one side, America's Donald Trump with his tariffs and protectionism. On the other side, China flooding markets with subsidized goods. Europe has become what Macron calls the adjustment market, meaning everyone dumps their problems on Europe and European industry is getting crushed. But Macron didn't just threaten. He also offered solutions. He proposed a deal. Europe would lift restrictions on selling semiconductor machinery to China. In return, China would stop limiting exports of rare earth minerals. Now let's zoom out, because this isn't just about trade. There's a massive geopolitical chess game happening here. Ukraine. That's the elephant in the room. Europe desperately wants China to pressure Russia to end the war. Macron raised it during his visit. He asked China to support a ceasefire, to stop strikes on critical infrastructure. Winter is coming, after all. But China isn't budging. They assured Russia of their continued support. She said China remains committed to peace, but peace, in diplomatic speak, can mean many things. And China clearly isn't ready to throw Russia under the bus. But what does all of this mean for India? Because we're not just spectators here. We're right in the middle of this shifting world order. First, the trade imbalance issue. India has the same problem with China. We import way more than we export. Electronics, machinery, chemicals, Chinese goods dominate our markets. And just like Europe, India is trying to reduce this dependency. Europe's experience is a warning for us. If we don't build our manufacturing capabilities now, we'll end up like them, caught between American protectionism and Chinese overproduction, with nowhere to go, and that's the problem. Second, the technology angle. Europe is now looking to buy new tech from China. India needs to make sure we don't end up in the same boat. We are investing heavily in semiconductors, EVs, and green energy. The race is on, and we can't afford to fall behind. Third, rare earth minerals. China controls most of the world's supply. They're using this as leverage. India has some rare earth deposits. We need to develop them and also secure more overseas access of rare earths fast. Because depending on China for critical minerals is dangerous. Finally, there's the bigger picture. Europe is realizing it can't rely on America or China completely. They need alternatives. That's where India comes in. As a manufacturing hub, as a tech partner, as a reliable democracy. The India-EU trade deal suddenly looks more attractive to them. Macron threatened tariffs. Xi offered friendship but no concessions. No major deals were signed. The trade imbalance remains and the geopolitical tensions continue. From India's perspective, this is a wake-up call. We need to build our manufacturing strength, develop our tech capabilities, secure our supply chains, and position ourselves as a reliable alternative.